Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of The Moore Show. I'm your host, Gary Moore, and with me today is...
Tony Jr., the first gentleman.
the first gentleman. We just got finished watching the Rogue One trailer. Still
the Rogue One trailer. Okay.
Teaser, I should say.
Yeah, it features Felicity Jones, or should we just call her Bad Ray?
Yeah, Bad Ray. Yeah, she really kind of does remind me of Ray on that.
Yes, let's see. A brunette, she's pretty, slender, attitude.
It was cool to see Forrest Whitaker being in the trailer, and so I was kind of like, what? Forrest
Whitaker, he looks tore up from the floor up. I mean,
I don't know the story. As far as I know, the story is the plans for the Death Star, how they got them. Basically how they is. But I'm looking forward to it.
It looks certain things look really cool. The Imperial Walkers. Now that looks cool.
Yeah. Seeing the Death Star come together.
Yeah, that's another.
Was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, insert the dish, the laser. It's like the barrel.
Seeing the classic Star Destroyer, which is pretty cool.
Classic Destroyer. Imperial Walkers look cool.
Yeah.
Felicity Jones looks hot and cool and mean.
Yeah.
You see some more kung fu.
Yeah, that dude. I guess he's an ex-Jedi or something.
You see in
that, or he just knows how to whip ass.
Yeah. When I watched The Force Awakens, you saw the Rama Iwo Kawai. That's his name. I hate saying someone's name wrong. If that's his name, and the other guys. Now I take it. They said I watched honest trailers. Was it all of them in costumes? No, I recognized them. I guess it was all of them. And even though that was an interesting sequence, they were kind of wasted. You kind of want to see more of them. That's the beauty of Star Wars. Even though it's sci-fi, the details is what always makes Star Wars so great.
The galaxy feels lived in, which is I think the problem with the prequels. There was a lot of people had a problem with the fact that it didn't feel lived in. It felt like a CGI
computer world. But here in Rogue One, you see some kung fu, which looks cool. You might need a lightsaber because this is the prequel. They don't have something that can deflect it. So you got skill, but they've got strength in numbers. They've got blasters and so forth.
True.
And you see now. One thing. Who's the villain supposed to be? You can't have Darth Vader because if he showed up, he'd deal with all of them. So who is Mr. Cape walking through the water? Who is that?
I don't know who that would be, but if I had to put money on it right now, from the look of it, looks like Tarkin.
And prequel notwithstanding, so we know he's not gonna die.
Or yeah.
But
it could do a different villain that gets killed before the movie.
Yeah, Tarkin. Yes, the obvious choice. Good call. I thought
we will see him.
Yeah, we'll see him.
A version of him anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Tarkin was a great villain. Peter Cushing was very good, but he didn't get a chance to really throw himself around and all that. But are we gonna see something here? I don't know. And we see the young Mon Mothma, which is interesting.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like the woman that got to play her was like dead on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Younger and prettier because Mon Mothma, she's like what? She was in that Return of the Jedi. She's like 40, 50-ish.
Yeah.
Here we see the younger her, and it looks nice. Under normal sense, I think is that a Jessica Chastain with the red hair?
Yeah, right.
But
I'm gonna look it up. So I can,
who is it?
So I can at least be like, hey, that actor is
young Mon Mothma.
But we're doing this early in the morning, well, early-ish.
Yeah.
And I haven't had my coffee yet. So
he had the coffee, but the caffeine's not kicking in yet.
It will in a minute.
Splenda, in case you're advertising, Splenda.
Oh, Alan Tudyk is in this movie. Donnie Yang.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker, of course. Like I just said, dude, this cast looks amazing.
Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah,
Some of these guys don't know who they are, but
for me, it's insulting because for me, we know there was a point when most people didn't touch science fiction movies. Now everyone wants to be
involved. I mean, everybody, even me, has podcasts. So I mean, we can throw our opinion on the internet and see what goes from there.
Yeah, throw it up and see what sticks.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I'm excited because I like a good Star Wars movie, and it's been. I mean, granted, there's some issues with Force Awakens, but it still felt like a Star Wars movie. It's like, but really, that movie doesn't really begin for me until Han Solo shows up. I mean, I don't mind Finn, I don't mind Rey, I don't mind the desert planet.
No, here, allow me. The 40-minute mark.
The 40-minute mark, I guess it would be
I watched that Star Wars many times. About 40 minutes, that's when Han Solo walks in the frame, and then the fun begins.
But I mean, and he's perfect. Like I think Harrison Ford brought the Han Solo that we grew up with and love, and some of the lines he says are perfect. Like there was one part where they're on the ice planet or they're on Starkiller Base, and he says,
"That's not the way the Force works.
That's not how it works." Yeah. And then Chewie says, "Hurry up, I'm cold," or something. And he says, "You're cold."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Rogue One, naturally. Now, when it comes to Star Wars video games, Knights of the Old Republic is probably considered the best of the games.
Right.
And I think next would be Super Empire Strikes Back. So, are they going to have a cool ride? Because you can't have the Millennium Falcon again this time. So, how are they getting around? Are they going to jump to light speed? What are they riding in? You got it, because there's the gang factor. You've got Forrest Whitaker, you've got Felicity Jones, and the martial arts guy, and what the other guy who's kind of like her would-be boyfriend. Are there going to be some romantic sparks? They're in there. How are they getting around?
One of the guys that's cast in the movie is Mads Mikkelsen.
He was Le Chiffre in Casino Royale.
Yes, and I think he's perfect.
Is he going to eat some stormtroopers?
He doesn't have his name on IMDb, which IMDb.
And you said you didn't want to be on camera, so
I don't like being on camera, but if you can tell,
he didn't like being on camera. Look at him now. Look, the Force is awakened. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what can I say?
But
it's there. I might as well acknowledge it.
Yeah. Rogue One and the music. John Williams, once again, the music just brings it home.
I don't know if he's doing the score for this movie or not.
That even if he's not doing it personally, hearing those notes, pulls you right in. There is no equivalent. It's a Star Wars movie because of the music.
Definitely.
George Lucas, he said the music always surpassed his
expectations. Definitely. Because I mean, everybody who's ever heard anything by John Williams instantly knows it's John Williams music. Whether it's Indiana Jones or Harry Potter or Star Wars or Empire, Superman.
The
original
Jaws.
Definitely.
Whenever you hear it, he's got
you. You know it's him. Yeah. All you need is a couple of chords.
He's got you.
He's a brilliant composer, and I'm really I like to see what they do with him. Like the guy who usually does J.J. Abrams' music,
Michael Giacomo.
Yeah,
I do like. I think he's
he does a really good job.
Sorts.
Yeah, he's very disciple-ish. Like I could see him doing the music for Rogue One if John Williams doesn't come back, and just adding a little bit more to it, like he did with Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like the Star Trek.
Enterprising Young Men is what they once. Enterprising Young Men and this and all the other clever titles that really give it the personality and the energy it needs.
Yeah, because I mean, like in Star Trek, the first one, when the title sequence comes up, the title card comes up, and you're just like da 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 da.
I was
like,
power. Yeah.
He's very John Williams-ish to me.
Yeah,
so
definitely been taking notes, and naturally has the energy to it, and it has to. You can't even now. Like you can't do certain things without good music behind it, because like going back to Civil War, that the music in the trailer is very ominous and serious, and it has the kick to it that really makes it sound like this is really interesting, this and that, the danger, the conflict, that's what really brings it home.
Yeah.
Rogue One, I see a little Guardians of the Galaxy-ish in that resisting rest is.
Yeah.
God, you're bad.
We're rebelling? It's not rebelling. And I was like, well, she got a point.
Felicity Jones, I think this is also her rebelling against Hollywood. See, she never got to play Black Cat in The Amazing Spider-Man 3, so here she has to cut loose to be what, she can't be Black Cat, she's going to be the Black Cat of Rogue One. So that's her getting out there, doing her thing, and we'll see what we see.
Yeah. I'm just getting tweets from celebrities that I've just watched the trailer, and they're all like, "Oh my god!" So I'm excited because it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be.
After watching the Rogue One trailer, I still haven't seen the theory of everything, and I really want to see her, the more dramatic her, before she starts shooting phaser guns and other things.
I'm looking at seeing some of the other standalone movies that are coming out. They got a Han Solo movie. And
just get the right person, please.
Wrath of the Mandalorians is a Boba Fett story.
Yeah. Okay. Han Solo's get the right person, please. It's gonna be Chewbacca. That.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do a young Han Solo, you definitely need somebody that has that swagger and
the guy from Age of Adeline's the Dead Ringer. So
yeah.
But this, some people said use Chris Pratt, and I'm thinking Chris Pratt's about 37. Harrison Ford first played Han Solo when he was 34.
Right.
So whoever you send,
you need somebody a little younger.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Pratt's a great actor. I like him, but he's got a couple of franchises under his belt.
He's busy.
Jurassic World and
he's coming back to the next one.
He's coming to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah. So I mean, he's got a career.
Job security.
He's good to go.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana. She's got Star Trek 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Avatar 2 and 3, job security.
Yeah, job security. These guys are not gonna stop working.
Yeah, unless they freaking quit, they're employed.
I mean, especially since Chris Pratt lost all that weight and he became Star Lord.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like he's a leading man. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that for me, Chris Pratt for me, he gets the Oscar for best transformation because on Parks and Rec he was the funny guy.
Yeah.
And that now he's the leading man.
Yeah, he really kind of is.
Yes, he's the leading man. And it's official. He's not. I mean, he's not gonna play the guy who doesn't get the girl or this and that. I mean, he's not gonna die in the opening sequence. He's gonna be around the whole movie.
Right.
And he holds the screen. I feel he's got a 1,000-yard stare, which I think is he's got that. So.
I think it's gonna be fun. Like as far as his career and whatnot, but. I don't know many people that are just stand out as far as he goes that could replace Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
that's a hard.
Don't worry about it. I mean but the
that's somebody that gets paid a whole lot more than we do to make this decision.
He's got to own from the minute he comes in the door, because Harrison Ford, if you ever look up his audition tapes no one comes there to all the I'm free boy. I mean, even then, listen, when you free? You free Sunday? We're filming Sunday,
Yeah, he came in with that guy put his arm on the chair.
And that was just rehearsals. When R2 delivers the admission, what?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he brought it.
Yeah, he brought it.
And I mean, he's a good character actor because it's completely different than Indiana Jones.
Right.
It's a very different person. And you can say, well, it's Harrison Ford. But that's because Harrison Ford has made a career at being Harrison Ford, just like John Wayne and every other actor that's been out there. But he has brought different characters to life. Right. Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford are just two of the... Yeah. Regarding Henry, prime example of his acting abilities.
It has to go back to not being aware of certain things. Yeah, who am I?
Yeah, because I mean, he went from being the type lawyer to bumbling man-child.
He kind of lost to get it all back, if he can. And the movie ends right at a point where you're not sure.
Yeah.
And Rogue One, we have an idea how it's going to end. We don't know everything, but we have a pretty good idea how it's going to end. But it's going to be fun getting there. This is going to be like The Hobbit, but a shorter version, because the story's going to end, and how's it going to end? Are the crew going to disband, or are they going to go into more misadventures like Guardians of the Galaxy? So we just help the Rebel Alliance.
I would imagine they would set themselves up for
more sequels
as far as Rogue One. But I mean, they got a Star Wars movie coming out every year for the foreseeable future. So I mean, they don't need to make a sequel to Rogue One, but I mean, I can't imagine them making a movie and not setting up a franchise. Because they can have a whole set of movies that are Rogue One, and a whole set of movies that are Mandalorian movies.
And like I said, but at the end, what are you gonna do? Something good, something bad, bit of both. What happens is someone gonna die. Yeah. Because
it honestly kind of looked like Seven Samurai. Star Wars.
One of the inspirations for Star Wars itself.
True. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, that whole story about them collecting a band and going off to fight the evil empire,
And even then, if the villain isn't Tarkin or is Tarkin, is he going to become their villain? Because like Kylo Ren in Force Awakens, he's going to be their villain, and he's going to chase them, and the enmity keep building it up.
It could be a story about how Tarkin becomes a governor of the Death Star. Right. I mean, the guy we saw in the trailer could be the guy that was the head of Tarkin until he gets killed, which I don't know if that's true or not, but
I say well, after this, need to check IMDb because they're very specific. We got a lot of good details in there. But that's something we're going to see. Naturally, this is a prequel, and that the Imperial Walkers are great. Are we going to see new tricks? Because even Force Awakens, a crossguard lightsaber, that's new.
Yeah.
And then
I would imagine that being a lack of lightsabers and stuff, that they're kind of dealing with more of the pilots.
Right.
I think we're going to see more of the X-Wing story, the expanded universes.
Yeah,
I think we're going to see more along those lines. A young Wedge Antilles and Tatum.
Who's going to play him? Who's going to play him?
Exactly. I mean, honestly, they could probably cast anybody with a mustache and get away with it, and say, "Hey, look, there's Wedge," and it'd be okay. But because I mean, the other reason I saw Wedge was with the helmet on, so I mean.
Yeah, and Return of Jay takes it off, but he takes it off. I'm a great pilot. I'm really great. Something that builds up the character.
Yeah. So I mean, but enough for them to kind of take it and run with him, to have his own books and be in the extended universe like a main character.
Right.
So I mean, I think we're gonna see some really interesting stuff from the Star Wars.
Are we gonna have a surprise like a bit younger General Dodonna? That would be interesting. Who's going to play him? But,
a slightly younger. I mean, anybody from Episode 1 that was in the battle sequence. You can have young pilots that have come in, and
and we see a whole bunch of pilots and this and that. Is Felicity Jones going to get in the X-Wing and show what she's got? So.
She kind of looks like a ground troop, they drop her off and she goes in the battle. But I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Hey, if they have TIE fighters fighting with X-Wings, I'm good. I'm there. I'm sitting in the chair like a kid.
And don't bring any Y-wings. Those things are Y-wings are flying red shirts. They suck. They're meant to be destroyed. I mean, they just don't. They don't work. They don't work for me.
Well, yeah, they're kind of slow moving, and they're meant to be bombers. So
I feel safer if I'm not a Falcon. I don't want to be in the battle. So I'm gonna take my chances.
This movie's got to end with the plans being
dropped off.
Are
we going to see a young Leia again?
Leia.
Or are they going to pull a motion capture where Carrie Fisher shows up? I have the plans and the droids with the cameo.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Seeing R2D2 and C3PO before the movie began would be amazing. I think they're going to do a lot of fan service as far as how that goes. Because
even Force Awakens did it, because when Nia Num showed up and Admiral Akbar showed up, that was great.
Yeah. When they showed Akbar, I was like, oh my god, this trip!
Yeah, but fan service. We'll see. It looks good. Hopefully, we'll see a bigger trailer. They'll expand more on it. And
I mean, it's 200 days and some change from being released, so we'll see another trailer. We'll probably see 2 of the trailers. But I just hope they don't do what Batman vs Superman did and kind of give away the whole story. Which, if J.J. Abrams is involved in any way, we got what we got. Because that man is secretive about his stuff.
And Disney also is in on it, and that's kind of their style, and it did work like a charm, though.
Yeah, it did. Because we saw just enough to kind of intense us to be there. Of course, I was going to go see Batman vs Superman, no matter if they showed us the whole damn movie on the trailer, which it kind of did. But I was going to them, but they had my money the second they said, we're announcing Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm there. I don't care. I don't care if it's 2 hours of the symbol.
I'll check it out. We'll see what we see.
Exactly. Just like I'm there for Star Trek, and I'm for the 3rd Star Trek, and I'm there for the Star Wars movie.
They already killed the Enterprise. Well, great. They just fixed it now. They broke it. Come on. And this time there's no jacked up. It's wrecked. They wrecked it.
They destroyed that shit on the trailer. Although I was told that trailer is very misleading as far as the story goes.
I know what I saw. I'm like, they're not going to warp off into the credits this time.
If they destroy it, then they've really got to come back with an Enterprise 80 like they did. Which seems kind of early to do all that. But, they might get a refit.
We're not getting the Excelsior. Sue's not casting it, so
like I said on my Facebook page earlier this week, I'm an equal opportunity sci-fi fan. I will watch Star Trek just as well as I'll watch Star Wars, Stargate, Firefly, any of those. I'm there.
Yeah, just make some quality and be there. So
make quality entertainment. I'm there. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably, how long is that?
It's been about 23 minutes.
Oh, well, this is going to be our review for Rogue One, just first impressions and so forth. Yeah. And we'll try to get back to you with The Force Awakens and we'll see what we got.
Sure.
So, have a nice day.
This is The Moore Show. I'm Gary Moore.